welcome to my first ever Vlogmas video. Kick off the Vlogmas series, I figured that we would travel back in time just a little bit. Last week we celebrated Thanksgiving for the first time in our home, and it was my first time hosting. So for those who are looking to host maybe for this holiday season, one thing that I wanted to really have in my dreams of one day owning a home and host is to have like really nice dinnerware. Is anybody else in that adulting stage where you finally shifted and you're excited by appliances and nice plates and things like that? Nice dinnerware can be expensive, but that's why I'm doing this video, because last week when we celebrated Thanksgiving, we did a full spread, and even though our family did bring food over, we did transfer the food onto some nice plates because, you know, we like to do things for the gram or for Facebook. So to make it Thanksgiving holiday-esque aesthetic, but by no means does this mean that you have to go out and buy fancy dinnerware, fancy plates and stuff to display your food, because at the end of the day what matters the most is the company, the people you're with, the blessings from this year. And so this is just a video for those that, like me, who don't have like all the funds in the world to splurge on fancy dinnerware and things like that. A lot of these pieces that I did use on our table were actually very affordable, and majority of these items did come from IKEA. Believe it or not. I will try and put the names of the products and the prices. I've looked up most of them. Some are from IKEA, some are from other places, and then I'll also go over the decor that I had on our table spread last week during Thanksgiving. Just because you're hosting your family or friends for Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever it may be, whatever you are celebrating, does not mean that you have to break the bank this holiday season. I just really enjoy, and I was really excited about finally being able to do this now that we have our own place. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is our first piece. To start this off, let's pretend that we have a blank slate, we have a blank table, and you want to kind of prepare your table to be ready to not only display your plateware, your dinnerware, but also the food that's about to be arriving. So we're gonna start with the table runner. So this is one of the things that I had struggled with because I wanted a centerpiece on my table. And I couldn't decide whether I wanted to put a garland, some nice tall candles, things like that. Did I want the food on the table? Did I want the food on the island? And so I thought, you know what, it's a lot better when there's just food on the table. It's simpler, you get to see everybody, you get to pass around the food, and you don't have to worry about candles being knocked over and having to actually move decorations when it's too much. So I opted for a table runner, and I did do some small decorations, but I'll show those later. So this is the table runner that I ordered from Amazon. We have the beige with the black weaving in between as well. And at both ends, we do have the cream end with some very small mini tassels, which was very important because Bagel has been jumping and trying to get at these because he likes like rope toys and things. So if we don't have anything on the table, we need to make sure that it's like folded on top of the table so he doesn't get at it. You can find this on Amazon. It is still available. This is the SMYRNA herringbone Turkish table runner, and for this length, the 15 by 108, it is $24.99, and it is available for Prime. So check this out. They do we were between beige and I think like a dark gray color. They also have it in black and I think like a red or an orange maybe. So depending on what you need for your holiday season, go check it out. I'll link everything in the description box down below. When we knew that we were going to be hosting Thanksgiving at our house, we knew that we had to kind of beat the rush of people shopping, and also before Black Friday and everything. So we went the first weekend of November to IKEA, and one of the first things that I did buy for the table was placemats. So these are the Good Dog white and gray placemats. They are cloth. On the back side, they did sew it down so the edges don't get torn up or anything like that. And these are machine washable. So this has a white and gray diamond pattern on them. And it's a pretty good size and it has a nice weight to it. There is not a non-slip part on the back, but if you have weighted plates like the ones that I used, it was not an issue. If you are not into the light colors because of it getting dirty, they do have a, I don't want to say black, but they do have a darker gray, probably like this color, and white version if that is more your aesthetic. A lot of the pieces that I do buy for the house are neutral tones. At least I hope to make them neutral tones so that I can use it year round and it doesn't just stay put away until the holidays. We do have a smaller space, so storage is very limited, so I wanted to make sure that I could use this piece during the holidays. I could use it just anytime during the year. And so usually the pops of color, which are the more smaller objects, can be more of the holiday festive colors. So that takes care of the linens on the table, or I guess the Turkish cloths and the cotton on the table. So for our dinner plates, these are the ones that I was using. This is Strawberry Street. It is microwave and dishwasher safe. So I do not remember the price on these, but I do remember that they did come in a set of 4. So I bought 2 sets of these, so I had a total of 8. I found this at Marshall's a while ago actually, so this one wasn't even purchased for the holidays, but I do take these out on special occasions. But it does have a ridge to it, so like a lot of Filipino food has like sauces and stuff, so when you put on the plate it doesn't spill, and that kind of helps with that too. And we have a lot of rice, so good sized dinner plate. Even though this is ceramic, it isn't that heavy, so it helps to weigh down the placemats that I put down, and it was a nice contrast to the color, so it stands out just a little bit. So on the table, I not only put a dinner plate down, I do also put a dessert plate down, and that's because I'm always baking, and that's always my favorite part of the meal, or the end of the meal. So in addition to the table runner that I bought last minute off of Amazon, this was also part of that order, and I had been searching for the perfect dessert plates for months. Not just for Thanksgiving, but for months. And I want to thank our cousin Kyle, because he is the one who got me into ceramics, and which is also why I didn't mind paying a little bit extra for these plates, because of all the things that I'm going to show you today. This is probably one of the more expensive dinnerware items that I have purchased, but this is good quality. They had good ratings, and I'm actually really happy with them. So these are, I'm going to try and lift these up. These are the MORA ceramic flat plates, and they come in a set of 6. So you can see that they have different colors. So we do have like a dark charcoal gray, which has a little more of a blue tone. We have a taupe color here. This is, on camera, it looks very light gray, but it's actually like a seafoam green gray. This is more of like a very light beige. This one's white, and then this one is, I think, actually no, this one is the light gray. This one's the greener one, so on top. So this came in a set of 6. These are 10-inch plates, 10-inch round plates, and they do have a lip at the end. So if you have a dessert that has ice cream or something on it, it's definitely going to hold that for you. Again, not too heavy. Altogether with the 6 on top, yes, but individually, not that bad. So for example, when I layered my plates, it looks something like this. The one set for 6 pieces was $35. I highly recommend, if you do not want like a variety of colors, if you check the link down below on Amazon, they do have just the dark grays or just the whites, but I did like a little bit of color to bring a little bit more pop to the table, just because of how neutral all of the items that I purchased are. This is a set of 3 white bowls, and they do come on this bamboo base. That does have ridges here, so when you put the bowls in, they do not tip over as easily. So you can put all 3 here if you are serving maybe a trio of dips, different sauces, things like that. So we didn't use this base, but we did use the bowls. So this was from IKEA. This is called the TYNGDLÖS. Pretty much 3 white bowls and a bamboo serving tray, and this was $12.99. It is still available at your local IKEA, or you can find it online, linked down below. The next pieces that you're going to see are also from IKEA. I use them as my charcuterie boards, even though they are cutting boards, which are available at IKEA. So this first one is a miniature sized cutting board. This is a 9x6 cutting board. It does have a bit of a slanted edge on both sides, but I did use this as one of our cheese boards. So on here I did have the goat cheese with a honeycomb. This is a little bit better if you need to maybe separate something smaller or it has a sauce or a drizzle on it. So that's what I use this one for. This is called the APTITLIG chopping board, and this is also made of bamboo. It's a little bit lighter than the serving tray from earlier, so this is definitely a darker color. This is a lot lighter. So this is the APTITLIG chopping board, a bamboo wood from IKEA, and this is a 9x6 measurement, and this is $2.99. So I have two of these. I only needed one for the setup during Thanksgiving, but I do have a backup one just in case. Now if you're like, Neanne, that's not a cheese board, that's for like a toddler. If you need to go a little bit more hardcore, the APTITLIG does have a bigger size cutting board. It's nice and sleek. It also has the angles, the slight angles at the edge. And surprisingly, when I had like the honey falling off, like melting off of this plate, it didn't go off the ridges. I don't know if there was something magic or it was just meant to be that way. But if you need a bigger spread, this is again the APTITLIG chopping board, which is made of bamboo, and this is actually a 17.5 by 11 for this size, so it's a lot bigger in comparison to this guy right here. So they're families. This is the mama board, this is the baby board. Would do whichever one makes your heart happy. This board is $10, so depending on the size that you need, $10 for a 17.5 by 11 and $2.99 for the 9x6. I think 9x6? Yes, 9x6. So whenever you come to a Filipino party, even though you're hosting, you know that your guests are still going to want to offer or to bring part of the dishes that will be served during the feast. So I have these dishes here. I know my sister-in-law also has the same dish. And so this is a glass, this Folgsam. This is another piece from IKEA. So she has one, she brought it, and then I have 4 of these because this was such a good deal. So this is a 9 3/4 by 9 3/4 glass, or I think this is probably a Pyrex dish from IKEA. My sister-in-law has one, I have 4. And why do you have 4, Neanne, you ask? Because these were $2.79. You heard that right. This was $2.79 from IKEA. And they're just stacked up inside of my cabinet. So if you're more of someone who likes glass pieces, Pyrex pieces, this is definitely a go-to. And I think I did put this in the dishwasher, so we were good to go there. So I have 2 of these, but one of them is currently holding leftover Halloween candy in my pantry. But the second piece was used to serve the fish that Isa's parents brought. So this has an 11-inch diameter. This is the DINERA serving plate, and this is $7.99 from IKEA. So okay, we're almost done with IKEA, I promise. I have 2 more trays that we did use during Thanksgiving, and some people may not like having dinnerware that's darker in color, but I definitely do. I think the food stands out a little bit more, and this set from IKEA came in a 2-pack. So I don't know the names of these. I don't have the labels anymore, but it does come in a set of 2. So these are in the baking dishes, and they are 2 black serving trays. I don't know if these are also DINERA. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't want to give you false information. And I tried searching on their website with a picture, so I took a picture of these to search the product, and it said I couldn't find it. So this is a 2-pack from IKEA of these baking dishes. So this is fairly new, so they should still have some available. So you do have a smaller style casserole dish, and then this is the bigger. So it does come in a set of 2. We opted for this because if you can get a deal with has 2 sizes and they match, why not? These are dishwasher safe, oven safe, and microwave safe. This next piece that I'm about to show you, I have 2 of them. They were very popular during the dinner, as they were very nice conversation starters during dinner, as everybody was asking me where I got them. And so I do not remember the price on these. I bought these over the summer, but I use these to serve bacon wrapped asparagus. And so this is a white serving tray. You guys, everything's a serving tray, okay? But this reminds me similarly to kind of like a bread baking pan. And so we do have the white at the top with the black speckles on there, and we do have more of that terracotta tan color on the bottom. So it was a nice contrast, and it does have some handles on the edge of it, so it was really cute. So I had one on each end of the table, but this was from Home Goods, and I did buy this a while ago. If I remember correctly, this may have been anywhere from like $8 to $12 when I got this, and I got 2 of them. I'm thinking maybe 8. Of all the pieces I've shown so far, this is probably one of the better deals for like serving trays that I got, but this was part of a set. So when Ace and I signed for our house last year, we already started purchasing items for the house slowly so that we weren't bombarded with one big charge on like our card when like we finally moved in. So if you already know that you're buying a home and you need to furnish it ahead of time, slowly start purchasing like the little necessities that you need. So Nian, are you trying to tell me that serving plates are a necessity? Yes, they are. No, of course not. But one necessity that we were looking for when starting to buy the things for our home was like plates and cups, like those kinds of things for the kitchen. And one of the things that I found when I was online searching on Wayfair was this SMYRNA 43-piece dinnerware set, and it's a service for 10. And that may sound like it's a lot, but it was $64 for what I'm about to read to you. This set included 10 dinner plates, 10 salad plates, 10 salad bowls, 10 cereal bowls, and 3 serving bowls. So the plate, the dinner and salad plates, the salad bowls, and the cereal bowls are over there in my cabinet, which we use every single day. So thank you to Wayfair for that. I'm going to include the information down below because it is still available if you'd like to purchase. But what I am going to show you is the 3 serving bowls that it came with. So this is what they look like. They're like, I don't want to say a teardrop shape. They kind of look like a fingernail. Is that weird? Yeah, maybe a petal, whichever one. So they came in 3 different sizes. So of course you have this smaller one. I like it because it's more of like a boat. Yeah, so they're a little bit boat shaped. So it does have more of a lip over here. So you have the smaller one. You have the medium one, which also still has that lip. And you have the larger one. So these are certified porcelain. Oh, maybe some of these things I had were porcelain, not ceramic. This is vitrified porcelain. It says that it is oven, freezer, dishwasher, and microwave safe. Dishwasher, you say? Those of us who are Filipino can probably relate that the dishwasher is not a dishwasher. The dishwasher is a dish rack. One tip that I do have is when you're shopping for a lot of these home goods and home products, try and find products that you won't have to worry about ruining if you or somebody maybe helping you accidentally puts it into the dishwasher. So make it convenient for yourself, but also so that you don't have to worry as well, right? So that's why I don't have any fine china in my house. Yeah, but we're going back to IKEA because I missed this. These are the wine glasses. If you are looking to have some sort of wine glass available, so this probably on this side would probably be better. So if you're looking to have some sort of wine glass available, maybe check out your local IKEA. There was a wide variety of glasses that they had there. So depending on your style. Ace and I wanted something simple, something a little bit wider, and definitely with a longer stem. These are the SORSTINT wine glasses, and these hold 17 ounces. Now, when I purchased these, because I'm looking at their website right now, I purchased these about a month ago. So at the beginning of November, these were $14.99 for a pack of 6. So we have 12 in the cabinet. So I have 12 of these, so I purchased 2 sets. So $14.99 for a pack of 6. But right now, if you purchase this today, it is $12.99 for a pack of 6. If you're looking for some, I don't know if you want to say quality, but just good enough to serve and to have at your home, definitely check this out at IKEA. All right, so this last piece that I'm going to show you is the biggest piece that I had on the table later on, but it was part of the charcuterie spread over there. This piece has a little bit more of sentimental value for me because a lot of people know that I do like to bake. My family does have a history of being bakers and owning a bakery back in the Philippines. This is also the first piece that I ever purchased for our home. And this is from, not IKEA. This is actually from Target. And I don't know what drew me to it, but this kind of helped set the tone for what I wanted the theme of the house to be in the color scheme. Squeaky, squeaky. All right, so this is the wood and metal covered cake stand from the Hearth and Hand collection with Magnolia at Target. And so I'm trying to try not to drop it and break it. So I have gotten a lot of use out of this. This is a constant display piece here in our kitchen. And this is probably one of the more expensive pieces in this set, and this was $34.99. Even though I bought this over a year ago, this is still available. That was the last food piece that I have. And so really quick, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I use to help brighten up and decorate the table. So just because you're decorating your home for the holidays does not mean that you have to break the bank. And what is the holidays without a little bit of arts and crafts? And this is a very easy way to get by that. So I actually got some inspiration from my friend Kim. I met her in middle school, but we've always been just online friends. We've only met once in person. And now she is one of my favorite influencers to follow on Instagram. She is Stop Lookin' Style. She also has her own clay business on Instagram, which is Clay by Kimberly with a K. So go check it out. I'll link her information down below. When she did her Friendsgiving scape, she did use a lot of like glassware that was, I think, amber and like orange color. So I did want to put some pops of color onto the table. And so I was walking around the Dollar Tree, and just because it's the holidays doesn't mean you have to go with the traditional colors. So some of the colors that I decided to go with was a bright yellow and a green as well. So this kind of reminds me of like kind of that stained glass look, if anybody remembers what I'm talking about. So I got 2 yellow milk jar vases, and I also got 2 green ones just for pops of color on the table. And then I also had these iridescent candle tea light holders. Yep, so these are just candle holders from the Dollar Tree. These acorns that you see in here were from Walgreens. I just saw a box of just different colored acorns. Whoop. So they were different colored acorns. And then they also came with gold spray painted pine cones and some orange fall leaves. So I just spread these across the table just to add some pops of color and a little bit of fall inspiration. So we did go to Joann's, and we did want to buy, I think these are called stems over there, but they have a bunch of decorative pieces, and these were actually in a big bushel. So what I ended up doing was just taking use some wire cutters, because these are lined with wire so that you can bend them and shape them. I did use wire cutters to kind of spread them apart. So this was like a bigger bouquet or bushel bunch of these fake leaves. So I did get these, and then I split them off into 4 pieces so that I could have one for each of the milk jars. And then I did want to have some, which Ace really hates. Ace hates glitter, but I love glitter. So these stems, which are a little bit more colorful, but I wanted to stay with the fall theme, and I went fall and nature theme, so I went with brown. So each piece was either like this. I know for my Filipinos out there, it looks like a walis. This one was a little bit more cool. It reminded me of the pine cones, but not necessarily pine cones, and they're a little bit frosted over with those tips. And then we also bought these white pieces. So all together in one bunch, you'd put them together. There we go. So you make a little miniature bouquet, and then those go into these green milk jars. There you go, some easy decor. You can arrange them as you need to, or you can lay these just out on the table if you don't want jars, if there's too much height. But I really liked using the colors that are a little bit more neutral, more nature colored, because at least you could use them for fall and transition them into the winter time, which, to be honest, we live in Southern California. We don't get snow like this, so putting it in our house is the closest thing, unless we go snowboarding like in end of January, February maybe. Alright, so that's it for this haul. I hope this wasn't too long of a first Vlogmas episode, but if you are somebody who is hosting this holiday season, comment down below, where do you usually shop to get your dinnerware? What do you use? What are your favorite dishes and decorations that you like to do? So I'm getting ready to decorate that Christmas tree. We may just do a story time tomorrow as to why we haven't yet. Whenever you're watching this, wherever you may be, just know that me Bagel and Ace are sending our love to you. And so a very merry, happy beginning to this holiday season, and we'll see how well I can keep up with Vlogmas. So now to go edit this video. See you in the next one. Bye!